Alright, what's going on? Prime here, back at another video, and in this video, I'm doing my long, extremely overdue One Piece 1006 manga chapter review. Let's get into it. So, the chapter starts out with a nice color spread of Kaido and his his goons like King, Queen, Ulti, Sasaki, what's his name? Jack, Black Maria. And I don't know why Drake is on here because Drake, he's clearly not on Kaido's side anymore because he's with Luffy. But anyway, alright, I'm just gonna get straight into it. The chapter is called Chapter 1006, the Honorable Hyogoro the Flower. Uh, the chapter starts out I think, right after where we left off with 1005 with Momonosuke and Yamato. They're escaping and they're just barging through enemies, and Momonosuke is like hidden inside Yamato, and they're just running with Shinobu, and the little messengers of Kaido. They're just spreading the news around Onigashima about where they are. And we cut to Sanji, who got set free. He's interrogating one of the Kaido's like fodder of where the sealed storeroom is, and and the fathers tells Sanji that it's near the entrance to the Skull Dome, and Sanji, he decides to go. He's thinking of where to go because this is something that I brought up in 1005. Because now that Sanji is free, where is he gonna go? Is he gonna join the rooftop battle, or what is he gonna do? But he ends up going down the opposite of where Kinemon's direction is. Onigashima is still in the air actually. Like right after this, we cut to Carrot and Perospero, and I think I don't. Oh yeah, she's with Wanda, and they just got beat up by Perospero, which makes sense because he's a commander of Big Mom, and even though Carrot and Wanda are strong, I don't think they're that level like Yonko commander level. But they got beat up. They're on the ground. Perospero's talking his trash, and and Carrot starts having like thinking about Pedro, about him telling her to move forward. And then Perospero just walks away like nothing happened. He just leaves them there. I'm sure they'll come back and they'll get a revenge for Pedro by the end of the arc, hopefully. And then after this, we cut to the performance floor inside the dome, so like the main area of the performance where I think Momonosuke was gonna get executed, but the samurai, the allied forces, are still fighting. The cure is being worked on by Chopper, and it looks like Chopper is already halfway submerged into the antidote, like not into the antidote, but the disease that has been passed around. And we finally see someone that we haven't seen in a long time, which is Scratchman Apu, and he turns out he's alive and well, which makes sense because even though Zoro cut him in an epic panel, even though he cut him, I feel like Oda has a special place in the series for each of the supernovas, and he wouldn't kill Apu just like that. But Apu, he's there, just trying to survive, and yeah. And speaking of supernovas, we see X Drake and his X Drake and Hyogoro the Flower. They're on the battlefield, like destroying everyone, and Hyogoro is getting submerged into the disease, about to turn into Ice Oni again. And with Drake looks like he's in like a hybrid human form, like he's in his human size, physical size, but he has his his dinosaur features like his head. But they're just chilling epic. Hyogoro has his head literally over one of the soldiers for Kaido, and then the some people of the allied forces are there. And Hyogoro, he's talking like this is his last moments, cause literally, although he's in his not in his prime, but he's closer to how he was like before all of Wano when he was at his prime around Odin's time. He He's there, and he is about to turn into an ice oni, and everyone on the battlefield is looking like that's not good because, and it's good because if he turns into an ice oni, he's gonna attack them and destroy all of them. So he tells the yakuza leaders that before he turns into an ice oni to put an end to his life, and which he says because he'll slay every single one of them, which is true but sad at the same time. And Hyogoro, he's still fighting on because there's still some soldiers, and he does a move called Flower One Sword Style Flaming Hair of Holy Rage. That's a long title, but it looks good. Just cutting up these fodder. He's looking not too good right now, and he's thinking to his head, talking about Odin. He says, "Let me tell you, Odin. There are times I think about what would have happened if I challenged Kaido with you back at the peak of my strength," which makes sense because when Kaido went to attack Wano, he maybe if he would have helped Odin, they could have defeated Kaido. But looking at what your followers have done, they've pulled off this raid in your name, and I too have a fascinating apprentice, which he's thinking about Luffy because he taught Luffy Ryuo, and he sees the potential. He sees Odin in him, and he's spitting off some wisdom right now. So that's good on Hyogoro. Alright, but the next page, very right after page, is we cut to King, Queen, and Marco. We go out. We cut to Queen about to shoot Hyogoro. It looks like, and right before that, he gets hit with like a Phoenix brand move, which is from Marco, and he's bleeding. He's like, because that did a lot of damage to him, and it hit him right on the neck. And he's in his like mechanic, devil fruit form. And Marco, he's putting in work. He's telling him that he shouldn't even think about fighting the samurai when he can't even finish Marco off. Because Marco, he's clutch like that. He came clutch in Marineford. He's coming clutch in Wano. And then Queen wants to get in some of the action. He tries to cut Marco, but it obviously cuts in half because he's in his Phoenix form. And Marco, he beams an attack at King at point blank range. He knocks him back, and he then like goes in forward with his knee and pushes King all the way down into a building. And now Queen is back in his regular form. I guess he's tired of fighting Marco, but Marco doesn't want to allow that because he wants to buy time for the rest of the alliance. And Marco is doing all right. So then we see a little panel box of Chopper making the cure for the Queen's thing. And it looks like Parasparrow's gonna go after Marco because King and Queen have just been beat up by Marco. Everyone's turning back into an Ice Oni, and things are not looking good. And we see Hyogoro sitting there, about to get his head cut off, executed, and which is very sad because Hyogoro was a good man. Well, I don't know if he's gonna die. He probably will die because think about it. There's not really any other way. It's not really any other way for them to keep going if Hyogoro is alive and he's doing his thing and everything. He's talking about how he leaves the rest of Wano into their hands because he truly believes that Luffy can pull it off. Here ends the life of Hyogoro, the flower with no regrets. Hyogoro was a legend, and he's gonna die now, which is very sad because he was kind of like the Rayleigh of this like time period, like no, not the time skip, but in this arc, and kind of like how Hokage Island, Luffy, he had learned to advance his observation haki in his fight against Katakuri. Hyogoro was basically he taught Luffy how to advance his armament, which can make sense because in each of the 4 Emperor sagas, it could be that Luffy, he advances his hockey. And like when the next Yonko, like Shanks or Blackbeard, he could probably Shanks. He could learn advanced conquerors, and that's nice. It's a little pattern that I've been noticing, and I can't wait to see that. But yeah, everything is still happening on the roof. We haven't seen what happened in the roof in this chapter of 1006, but everything is relying on Chopper right now. Marco is fighting King and Queen. He fought King and Queen, but everything is relying on Chopper downstairs with the cure. He's already like halfway turned in, but next chapter, March 14, which is actually today, 1007, because your boy has been lazy. I'm not gonna lie, not gonna front, but I will try to get 1007 today. I have to read it because I haven't read it today. I'm gonna try to get it out. So hope you guys enjoy. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and see you in the next one. Peace.